this. And let's begin. So for example, here we have something which is very important. Okay, here we have something very important, which is a grammar part, which says avoiding repetition one. What do you think this means? What do you think this means? ¿Qué significará esto? What do you think this means? Avoiding repetition. Avoiding repetition.
Evitar repetir o evitar la repetición.
Evitar repetir, yes, evitar repetición, especially unnecessary one. La repetición innecesaria, unnecessary repetition. Okay, and we will learn today how to do that, especially when we are speaking, when we are talking. Obviously, for you that you're aiming for a certification, this is very important because you don't have to be repeating yourself over and over again, okay? Because that counts as a mistake, right? The interviewers, the ones who are like checking your assessment, it's going to like take points from you if you keep repeating yourselves. So let's see, it says, how do speakers in exercise 1B, the memoirs that we saw in our last class, avoid repeating the same or similar words? Rewrite the underlined parts of the sentences. Then read the grammar chart. Okay? So for example, what does it says here? How do the speakers in exercise 1B avoid repeating the same or similar words? What is that instruction? What does that mean? For example, let me see. Mariana, are you here? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, what does this mean? How do the speakers in exercise 1B avoid repeating the same or similar words?
¿Quiere que traduzca, perdón?
Please translate it. Please.
Okay. How do the speakers avoid es como evitar, ¿no?
Avoid, yes.
¿Cómo es que los hablantes o expositores en el ejercicio 1B evitan repetir la misma o palabras similares?
Exactly. And now the instruction, rewrite the underlined parts of the sentences. Continue, Mariana.
Reescribe las oraciones de las partes subrayadas. Luego lee la tabla de gramática.
De gramática. Thank you very much, Mariana. Yes. See, we're going to rewrite the underlined parts. These parts right here, the ones that are underlined. These ones that now I am highlighting for you. These ones. Okay? So for example, number 1, Diego. Can you read it, please?
Yes. Well, she obviously changed careers. A lot of people changes careers these days.
Perfect. And what would you answer? What would your answer be for that? How would you change this underlined expression for other words so you avoid repetition? How would you change it?
A lot of people chase them these days.
Okay, change it, but you're still repeating the word change. You're still using this word, change.
Me, teacher.
Wait. Hang on, Axel, hang on. Just a sec.
Do it too.
A lot of what?
Do it these days.
Do it, exactly. Yes, a lot of people do it these days, all right? Which means they do exactly the same. They change careers, but we don't say those words again. We don't repeat it. We say it in another way, which is do it. A lot of people do it these days, okay? Mucha gente lo hace estos días. hoy en día. Mucha gente lo hace hoy en día. Mucha gente lo hace en estos días. Y haciendo referencia a qué es lo que hacen? Change careers. Cambiar carreras. Perfect. Excellent, Diego. Number 2, let's see, Axel.
Yo quería la primera, de hecho, no, no es cierto. I hope it works out for her. It worked out for me, but for some people it doesn't work out.
Excellent. How would you change that one?
Work out means funciona o trabajar fuerte.
Funcionó. Yes, because it's in past. Remember, it has the ed here. It worked out. Funcionó. Past tense.
Mhm. It
What do you think? What are you thinking?
podría ser it's better for me.
It's better for me. That would make sense, but it's not what we're looking for. Yeah, it would make sense. Sí tendría sentido, but it's not what we're looking for. Pero no es lo que estamos buscando. We're just looking for 2 words, actually. No, actually 1 word. Just 1 word. Just 1 word.
Did.
Exactly, Diego. Yes, it did for me. And why did this time around? ¿Por qué el did? A ver,
Because
because
Porque igual pues están pasados, ¿no?
exactly, because now it's in a past tense. Yes, try to say it in English. Try to give the explanation in English as well. Traten de cuando les pida la explicación, try and doing it in English. Traten de igual hacerlo en inglés. Don't worry if you make mistakes. That's why I'm here for. Para eso estoy acá, so I can correct you. But do it. Try it. Okay? So, yes, exactly, because it's in past tense. Porque está en un tiempo pasado. It's in past tense. It worked out. Funcionó para mí. It worked out for me. So, it's just, it just makes sense. Hace sentido that I say it did. Lo hizo para mí. I hope it works out. Espero que funcione. It did for me. Lo hizo para mí. Me funcionó a mí. It did for me. But for some people, it doesn't work out.
Could be didn't work out.
Didn't? But is it in past tense, this one? Is it in past?
No.
So,
Just did.
just did? And then but then again, if you use did, you're using the past. You're saying it in past.
Que sería el do entonces.
But we're using it. Some people, it. A ver, Luis, help out Axel. Luis, are you here? Okay, guess he's not here. So, Vanessa?
Doesn't.
Exactly. It doesn't. We just have doesn't. We just eliminate the part of workout and just because for some people it doesn't. Porque para alguna gente, no, it doesn't. I hope it works for her. Espero que funcione para ella. It did for me. Lo hizo para mí. But for some people, it doesn't. Pero para alguna gente, no. Okay? Yes, everyone? ¿Todos? ¿Quedó claro hasta aquí esto?
Yes.
Yes? Axel? Yes?
Yes, teacher, yes.
Excellent. Brisa, Hania, Irving.
Yes. Yes, teacher.
Okay, excellent. Perfect. Okay. So, last one. Let's see. Norma. Are you here?
Yes.
Okay. So
But
read it, please.
Teacher,
Yes.
can you repeat what can we do? I don't understand.
Oh, yes. What do we have to do? ¿Qué es lo que tenemos que hacer?
Yes.
Yes, of course. You have first to read the sentence. First, read the sentence. And then this part that it's underlined, this underlined part, you have to change it so you don't repeat the same thing. For example, here, instead of saying change careers like this, because it's already here, change careers, we said do it to avoid repetition, okay? Which is the main goal right now. This is what we're like checking. How to avoid repetition. Cómo evitar la repetición. Okay?
Okay.
Perfect. So, how would you do it?
First I read, no?
Yes, first you read.
She still hasn't gotten any work. I know a lot of graduates who haven't gotten any work.
So, how would you change this one?
La estoy comprendiendo en español.
Yes, of course, of course.
Haven't?
Yes, just haven't. Exactly. Who haven't. She still hasn't gotten any work. Ella aún no ha obtenido ningún trabajo o no ha tenido ningún trabajo. I know a lot of graduates who haven't. Conozco a muchos graduados que tampoco les ha funcionado. Although we can use another word here. Who can tell me? Okay, Norma, tell me. Which other word can we add next to the haven't so it makes more sense? ¿Qué otra palabra le podemos agregar aquí además del haven't? O sea, haven't, we're missing another word, so it makes more sense. Para que haga más sentido.
It?
¿Eh?
Haven't it? No.
Nope. Not quite. Haven't.
Haven't do?
Nope. It's like saying también. It's another way of
Do?
saying también. But when it's negative, pero cuando es negativo, haven't. Es el también de los negativos. Haven't. Bueno, mejor dicho, no es el también, sería el tampoco. Actually. ¿Cómo decimos tampoco?
Ay, no recuerdo.
Does anyone
Tampoco.
remember? ¿Alguien
Either.
recuerda?
Neither.
Either. Yes, either. Who haven't either. Que tampoco han podido. Okay, who haven't either. Que no han podido tampoco. Okay? Yes?
Yes, teacher.
Perfect. Pero también simplemente lo podemos dejar ahí, who haven't. Who haven't, y está perfecto, pero también podemos decir who haven't either, que tampoco han podido. ¿Ok? Any questions, guys? ¿Alguna duda, alguna pregunta con esta actividad, with this activity? Any questions? Yes, no?
No.
No? Okay, so no questions. Can we move on? Can we continue?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So now let's read this grammar chart, which says auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs. Do you remember this? Do you remember the auxiliary verbs? Here are a few examples. The verbs be, have, and do are mainly used as auxiliary verbs. All right? So let's see about this. For example, it says, let me see, Irving, can you read it, please? This part?
Yes, teacher. The auxiliary can be in the same tense as the first verb.
Okay. What does that mean, Irving? What does that mean? The auxiliary can be in the same tense as the first verb. What's the translation? What's in Spanish?
El auxiliar puede estar en la misma oración como como el primer verbo.
Not oración, tense, not sentence, tense.
Tiempo,
Tiempo, yes.
en el mismo
No
tiempo,
tiempo verbal,
como
exactly.
el
Yes.
primer verbo. Ujú.
Exactly, yes. So for example, here we have the first one, and let's see, Luis Angel, are you here?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, can you read this one, the first one?
Yes. He is obviously enjoy it. As I
Enjoying.
am.
As I am,
Enjoy it.
exactly. Mhm. And for example, which one here, Luis? It's the first verb. The first verb.
Enjoying.
Okay, yeah, besides enjoying, which obviously it's a verb, yes, disfrutando. Also, we have another one before that. Which one is it?
Es.
Yes, exactly. Here we having in which tense is it? In which tense is this sentence? What's the tense?
Present simple.
Simple?
Present.
Present?
Continuous.
Continuous.
Continuous. Yes.
Yes, remember, if it has a gerund, if it has ing, continuous, right? Continuous. Perfect. Yes. So present continuous. And how we avoid repetition here using an auxiliary is as I am, which is the same as saying as I am enjoying it. Okay, just by saying I am, which is in the same tense as this one, right? As the is. Don't you think? ¿No piensan que es lo mismo?
Yes.
Yes, right? Because we're using which verb? ¿Qué verbo? The verb what?
To be.
To be.
To be, the verb be, exactly, in the same tense, en el mismo tiempo, right? En el mismo tiempo verbal. It would be wrong if I say as I, for example, as I was, or but like in this sentence specifically, en esta oración en particular, because it wouldn't be the same, the same tense, no sería el mismo tiempo, right? Yes, understood?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Excellent. So now number 2, Jamila or Jamila, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Can you read the second one, please? This one?
I think it's a great idea, but my family doesn't.
Okay, excellent. So here, is it Jamila or Jamila?
Jamila,
Jamila. Okay, thank you very much. So here, Jamila, which is the first verb in this sentence? The first verb that we see, that we can find.
think,
Think, exactly. And in which tense is it? In which tense is this verb?
in present,
In present, right? Present simple. Now it is present simple. And how do we match it? How do we use it in the same tense? With the auxiliary?
doesn't.
Doesn't, right? Because we're saying that it's a negative one, that this is negative, but we're still using it on the same tense, okay? En este caso lo estamos haciendo de forma negativa, but in the same tense, en el mismo tiempo verbal, okay? Yes?
Yes,
Perfect. So I'm saying here, I think it's a great idea. Yo pienso que es una gran idea, que es una idea genial, but my family doesn't, pero mi familia no. ¿Y qué no piensa mi familia? El doesn't, pues sería doesn't think it's a great idea. No piensan que sea una gran idea, pero ya no tengo que decir todo eso, ya simplemente lo dejo hasta el doesn't, but my family doesn't, pero mi familia no. Pero ya queda entendido lo que la familia piensa que no es una buena idea. Yes? Are you guys understanding by this point so far? All good?
Yes.
Excellent. Perfect. Number 3, let's see. Brisa. Can you read number 3,
Yes.
please?
She took a risk. Okay, she took a risk, which is what I did too. Took a risk. Ella tomó un riesgo, lo cual hice también, tomar el riesgo.
Exactly, which is what I did too, que fue lo que yo hice también. Exactly. And exactly, took a risk. Con el did too, yo lo hice también, hace referencia a que ella también tomó el riesgo, también se arriesgó. Exacto. Took, it's in what tense? Brisa, in what tense is the verb took?
Sorry?
Tense. In what tense?
Past.
Past, exactly. In past, it's in past. And the auxiliary did?
The same past.
It's in the same, right? It's on the past. Exactly.
Past.
Past simple. Perfect. Yes, indeed. Correct. And finally, Hania.
I haven't been abroad. My friend haven't. Ay, no veo. Either? ¿Cómo se pronuncia?
Yes, either.
Either. Ajá.
Either. You can also pronounce it as either. Either, either, it's the same.
Either. Es lo mismo.
Yes, it's the same. Because one is in British, the other one American pronunciations. That's it. But it's the same. Either, the same. So yes, I haven't been abroad. Which one is the first verb that we find here?
Been.
Yes, been, but also
Haven't.
haven't. Yes, because it's an auxiliary verb. Es un verbo auxiliar, but a verb nonetheless. Pero un verbo al final del día. And the ones that we're using after it's
Haven't.
haven't. Exactly. Okay. I haven't been abroad. What does that mean, Hania? I haven't been abroad.
Mi amigo no. No he estado en el extranjero.
Yo no he estado en el extranjero.
Y mi amigo tampoco.
Mis amigos, my friends.
Mis amigos, perdón, my friends. Mis amigos tampoco.
Mis amigos tampoco. Haven't either. Y obviamente aquí en lugar de decir haven't been abroad, pues simplemente lo dejo hasta el haven't. Y simplemente le agrego el either o el either para decir tampoco, para dar más énfasis, okay? To give more emphasis or to emphasize more on the fact that they also haven't been abroad. Okay? Yes? All good?
Yes, sure.
Excellent. So everyone understood, like no questions? Are there any questions? Everyone understood this at this point?
No, teacher.
Okay, no questions. Does anyone have any questions?
No.
No? Okay, excellent. Then we move on. Axel, can you read this one, please?
Auxiliary can also.
Yes, teacher. The auxiliary can also be in a different tense.
And what does that mean, Axel?
Que el auxiliar puede también estar en diferente tiempo gramatical.
Exactly. So, for example, Mariana, the first one, please.
She obviously changed careers. A lot of people do these things.
Okay, Luis, again, say it louder, please. You had your mic on. Tenías tu micrófono encendido, pero perfect.
Oh,
no,
okay, sorry.
No, don't apologize. Say it. Say it again.
They obviously changed careers. A lot of people do these things.
Exactly. So in this sentence, what's the first a verb that comes, that we see, that pops? Which one is it, Luis?
Sorry, teacher.
What's the first verb, the verb that pops here? Que aparece aquí?
Changed.
Changed, exactly. Changed. In which sense is this one?
Do.
No, tense.
Okay, sorry. Past.
Past, right? And the other one, where it says a lot of people do these days, do. In which sense it's this one, the auxiliary do?
Present.
Present, right? Now they're completely different. Past and then present. We can do that as well, okay? But we have to make sure that it makes sense. For example, she obviously changed careers. Ella obviamente cambió de carrera, cambió de carreras. A lot of people do these days. Mucha gente lo hace hoy en día. ¿De acuerdo? Porque hace sentido. Why does this make sense? Because we're expressing something. Estamos expresando algo that first happened in the past, algo que primero sucedió en el pasado, algo que hizo ella, algo que hizo la chica, y posteriormente estamos diciendo algo que es de la actualidad. Right? We're talking about something that it's like common nowadays. Algo que es común hoy en día, which is that a lot of people do. Like a lot of people change careers these days. Mucha gente cambia de carreras hoy en día. Right? Yes? We're expressing that it's a current event, that it's something that happens even nowadays. Right? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. And number 2, now, Mariana.
Yes. I hope it works out. I did for me.
What's the first verb?
It works. Works.
There's another one before it.
Hope.
Hope. Yes, I hope. Yo espero. I hope it works out. It did for me. But yeah, also works out. It did for me.
Works out. It's a phrasal verb.
It is a phrasal verb indeed. Yes.
Okay. Yes.
It is. Yes. Work out, because work means
Funcionar.
funcionar o también work.
Trabajo.
Trabajar, y out, ya cuando lo juntamos, work out, works out. It can mean it can mean two things. Either work out as a exercising, o sea, como ejercitarse, or work out de funcionar. Exactly.
Okay.
Right? Perfect. Excellent. And in which tense is this one, Mariana?
Present simple.
Present simple. And this, the auxiliary?
A simple.
Past simple, yes. And here we're expressing something on the first part of the sentence, en la primera parte de la oración, we're expressing something that we hope happens. Algo que esperamos que suceda. Esperamos que a esa persona le vaya bien, le funcione. Because it did for me. Me funcionó a mí me pasó en su momento, in the past, en el pasado, cuando yo estuve, when I was in the same situation as the person, cuando yo estuve en la misma situación que esa persona, it worked for me, me funcionó a mí. Okay, so I hope it works for like he or she as well. It works out for her or him. Okay, también espero que le funcione a él o a ella. ¿Vale? Por eso funciona aquí el tenerlos en dos tenses, en dos tiempos verbales. Okay? Got it?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Excellent. Any questions? Any doubts so far? No?
No.
Okay, excellent. So let's do this exercise, okay? I'm going to help you guys with the first 2 ones, this ones. After this one, well, I'm going to help you out with the first one. The rest, you're going to do it alone. Las demás las van a hacer solitos. You're going to do it by yourselves. So the first one, please read it. Rosa, please. Letter A.
Okay, have you ever taken any risk in life?
Okay, what does that mean, Rosa? What does that mean? Have you ever taken any risk in life?
Que si alguna vez has tomado algún riesgo en tu vida.
Yes. Continue reading.
No, I suppose I haven't really. I went to college as my brother.
As my brother, what?
Did.
Did. Why did, Rosa?
Because this is something that happened in the past.
Exactly. This is something that happened in the past, as my brother did como mi hermano lo hizo antes que yo. As my brother did. I went to college. Yo fui a la universidad as my brother did. Al igual que mi hermano. Exactly. Yes, Rosa. Then, continue.
It was as expected, I guess, and I went into this
Dentistry.
dentistry,
Dentistry.
which is what my dad. Igual did.
Yes. Which is what my dad did too. Why did again?
Because it is also an action that happened.
Exactly. It is also already
Past,
in
so.
the past. Yes. Continue.
Okay. I guess I don't like taking risk. My brother, my brother haven't? No. No, a ver, espera. Ya me bugué.
No, don't worry. Take your time. Think it.
Sí sería, my brother haven't.
My brother haven't, though?
Oh, no.
Look,
Oh, no.
look. Remember this. If it's here, like I guess I don't like. Yes, Hania? Yes, exactly. Yes, Luis. If it says I don't like, in which tense am I talking here? Which tense?
In present.
Present, right? I don't like taking risks. A mí no me gusta tomar riesgos. My brother does, though. A mi hermano sí. My brother does, though. Mi hermano sí. He gave up a good career to go into music. What does that mean, Rosa? He gave up a good career to go into music.
Que como que se rindió, o se rindió de, es que sí sé, pero, no sé cómo decirlo en español.
No, ¿qué sería? ¿Dejó?
Ajá, dejó una buena carrera para ir para dedicarse a la música.
Exactly, to go into music, para dedicarse a la música. Yes, just like that. Okay? Yes, and don't worry if you take your time to find the correct words. No se preocupen si tardan un poquito todavía en encontrar las palabras correctas. We're working on that. Recuerden que estamos trabajando en eso. Okay? So don't be too harsh on yourselves. No sean tan duros consigo mismos. ¿Vale? Okay, but got it what we're going to do? Yes? Did you guys understand what you're going to do? ¿Entendieron lo que van a hacer?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to give you guys 4 minutes, 4 minutitos, 4 minutes, so you can complete the rest of the exercise, please. Okay, so go ahead, you can begin. Okay, so let's see. It says, so what's one of the best experiences you have had in your life? Who can tell me the answer? Let me see our participants. And let's see, Irving. Do you have the answer?
I think yes.
Okay, yes, go ahead. Remember, it doesn't matter if you make any mistakes.
Okay. Number 2. So what's one of the best experience you've had in life? Well, I guess lucky I met the perfect guy, and a lot of people do.
A lot of people do. Okay.
And we don't have any financial worries. That's nice. Many couples do these days.
Okay. So, has anyone got any different answers? ¿Alguien tuvo alguna respuesta diferente?
Me.
Okay. Who said me?
Mariana.
Mariana. Okay, yes. Which one?
Next to a lot of people, I wrote don't.
A lot of people don't. Yes, that can also make a lot of sense. And it makes more sense, actually. Because yes, even though, and Irving, yes, you were also like kind of right. Because for example, we can say, I guess I've been lucky. That's how we know. That's how we know. Así es como lo sabemos. Why? Because it says, I have been lucky. What does that mean? I have been lucky.
He sido afortunado.
Yo he sido muy afortunada en este caso. Well, I guess I've been lucky. Supongo que fui muy afortunada. I met the perfect guy. What does that mean?
Yo conocí al
chico perfecto.
Conocí al chico perfecto. And you know, a lot of people, y sabes, a lot of people.
Mucha gente no lo hace.
A lot of people don't. Mucha gente no. O sea, mucha gente no lo hace. Mucha gente no conoce al chico perfecto. ¿De acuerdo? A lot of people don't. So it says, and we don't have any financial worries. What does that mean?
No tenemos muchas preocupaciones financieras.
No tenemos muchos problemas financieros. That's nice. Many couples do these days. Diego, ¿qué significa eso último? That's nice. Many couples do these days.
Eso está bien. Muchas parejas sí, como que sí lo tienen estos días.
Exactly. Eso es lindo. Es agradable. Mucha gente, muchas parejas sí los tienen estos días. Many couples do these days. Muchas parejas sí tienen esos problemas hoy en día. Perfect. Thank you very much for your participations. Muchas gracias por sus participaciones. Number 3, Rosa.
Yeah. Have you ever made a decision you regret? Well, let's see. I had the opportunity to go to China on a school trip, but I didn't go. Some of my friends, ay, a ver qué le puse, some of my friends, es la 3, ¿verdad?
Yes.
Didn't. Some of my friends didn't.
Okay. Why didn't?
Because the trip happened in en el pasado, pues.
In the past?
Sí.
But why negative?
Because he says that that he and his friends didn't take the opportunity.
Exactly, and especially we know that because of this word, right?
Sí, either.
Yes, the either, tampoco. Okay? Because it would change a lot, porque cambiaría mucho, it would change a lot if it was like, instead of either, it would be like, for example, though. Some of my friends, though. Some of my friends did, though, aunque algunos de mis amigos sí lo hicieron, right? Yes, do you agree on this?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Just for you to know, okay? Solamente para que tengan cuidado, for you to be like, for you to pay attention on these type of details. Para que pongan atención, sean observadores, okay? Look around the whole context, todo el contexto, and find these little keywords. Encuentren este tipo de palabritas clave, okay? Yes?
Yes.
Perfect. And, continue.
But I wish I had. I think they're planning a trip for next year. I hope they do. Anyway, I won't say no next time.
Exactly. I hope they do. Anyway, I won't say no next time. Exactly. Does anyone have another answer? ¿Alguien tiene una respuesta diferente? A different type of answer? Or another one? No?
Yo, pero ya vi que esté mal.
Okay. Yes, don't worry. También, pueden checar en ese sentido, but yes, that's perfect. Okay. Okay. Number 4, who has number 4? Or who wants to go? Let me see. Okay. So, for example, let's see. Yeah, Axel.
Yes, teacher.
Hmm?
Have you traveled much? I mean, where have you been? Well, I haven't traveled much. So all my friends, yo le puse did.
My friends haven't traveled much, though all my friends did.
Did.
Okay. We'll see, ahorita vemos. I think it's good to travel, but my parents
Doesn't.
doesn't. Okay. Okay. Okay, okay. Has anyone got different answers here?
Me.
Okay, Vanessa, tell me.
After all my friends, I wrote didn't. No. Will I have a no, I'm sorry. Have. It's the fourth one, sorry. Have. And after my parents, I wrote don't.
Don't, yes. Careful here, Axel. Remember that if we're using plural, si estamos utilizando plural, such as my parents, it's don't. Okay? Doesn't is for singulars. All right?
Yes, teacher.
And yes, and also here, for example, I haven't traveled much. Yo no he viajado mucho. And here's the key. Aquí nos da la pauta, el though. Aunque, remember, keywords, palabras claves, although, like though, all my friends, aunque todos mis amigos, have, sí que lo han hecho. Pero sí que han ido de viaje. They have traveled. Okay? Yes? And also, here, on number 3, en la número 3, I think it suits more. Creo que queda un poco mejor. Además del do, también creo, I think so, that it could also be are. Because it says here, I think they are planning a trip for next year. Yo creo que están planeando un viaje para el siguiente año. I hope they are. Espero que sí lo estén. I hope they are. Espero que sí lo estén planeando. Porque si decimos I hope they do, espero que lo hagan, it also makes sense. También sí tiene sentido. But it's not like really according to the type. No es como que muy acorde al tipo. ¿De acuerdo? If we are like identifying here the verb to be, si identificamos aquí el verb to be, it makes more sense, hace más sentido que ocupemos también aquí el verb to be. All right? Yes? Got it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes? Perfect. Any questions so far? ¿Alguna duda, alguna pregunta hasta aquí con este ejercicio?
No, totally understood.
Okay. Perfect. Anyone else? No questions?
No.
Nope. All right. Can we continue? Can we move on?
Yes.
All right. So finally, you are going to do a memoir. Okay, it says here. Let's see. Jamila, can you read the instructions, please?
Yes. Group work. Write your own 6-word memoir on a piece of paper. Then mix up the papers and take turns reading each one. What can you guess about the writer? Make comparisons with other people. Can you guess who wrote?
Perfect. So you're going to do your own 6-word memoir. Okay, I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes. 5 minutes so you can think of a 6-word memoir. All right, una memoria de 6 words, 6 letras. Okay, such as the ones we read on our first class, tales como los que leímos aquí. Okay, you can also take inspiration from here Okay, pueden tomar inspiración de esos, right? But do your own. Hagan el suyo, because we are going to try and guess the context behind it, the story behind each memoir, right? Vamos a tratar de adivinar esa historia que hay detrás de cada memoria, right? Yes, got it?
Okay, yes.
Perfect. All right, so go ahead, do it. You can
Teacher,
begin.
¿me podría reenviar el libro, por favor? Please.
The book? Yes, of course. You don't have it?
No, I don't have.
Okay, sure. No problem. Right away. Sure. There it is. There you go, Axel. It's already on the group.
Yes, teacher, thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Okay, let me pause the recording.